Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another round of Modern. This is Dylan from Alternate Universes, and we have on the left Josh Lindy playing 4-color elementals. Let's kick my desk. This is the Traverse the Uvenwald package, but it's now technically 5-color because we splashed black for leyline binding. Hooray! And on the right we have the Michael Mapson playing Temur Scapeshift or Temur Control if you follow the MTG Goldfish naming nomenclature. So yeah. Now this is a matchup I wanted to put on camera because this is Temur Scapeshift is one of those decks that is supposed to prey on I keep kicking my desk. It's supposed to prey on 4-color control / 4-color elementals. I guess we go back to calling it 4-color Omnath. There's no Risen Reef in Josh's deck, and that makes me sad. My favorite version of this deck always includes Risen Reef. However, I do think it is correct to play the Traverse package now. I don't know. I have to test it for the RCQ at the Legacy Pit Open this weekend. Speaking of which, folks, if any of you are going to be at the Legacy Pit Open number 2 in, I think, Richmond, Virginia, hopefully, if you see me, even though you probably don't know what I look like, say hi. That'd be cool. And yeah, I'll probably be playing 4-color or Scapeshift or Amulet Titan. We'll see. I don't know yet. But yeah, Temur Scapeshift is supposed to have a good matchup into 4-color elementals because you have a win condition that is very hard for them to interact with. Now that was more true when they weren't playing counter magic. The 4-color deck had dropped it for a little while now. They're back to playing it because of the rise of Scapeshift, double creativity. You just need to be able to prevent the spell combos from, killing you. But yeah. Looking at some gameplay here. Josh is fetching out a Ketria Triumph. Mapson has a Breeding Pool, a Steam Vents, and a Red and 6 in play. Two very good cards. 3 very good cards. 2 Shocklands and a red. Doesn't have the fetch land in yard, I don't think. I think he just shocked in the Breeding Pool, or one of the lands. I feel like that Ren is not long for this world. Okay, maybe not. So we have red-green. Probably playing red and 6 of his own. Going to pick up the Scalding Tarn. And passes the turn. It's always funny whenever I put Josh on camera. He bucks a little bit about it. And he's like, no, I don't want it. It's like, Josh, get on camera. Being friends with people means you can... I just hit my mic. I'm not having a good day. Josh's hand is looking pretty stacked. We see an Expressive Iteration, Teferi Time Raveler, some other good cards. Mapson's going to play a tapped Valak at the Molten Pinnacle. If you don't know how the Scapeshift combo works, you're going to put a bunch of mountains into play. And some Valakets, and you're going to do some damage. Ideally, you're doing so by casting the card Scapeshift. When you have 7 lands in play, so you can go get 6 mountains and a Valaket. Trigger Valak at the Molten Pinnacle 6 times and shoot your opponent for 18 damage. You can achieve this a little bit earlier and a little bit easier with Dryad of the Elysian Grove, as that makes every land into a mountain, including Valaket, so it'll trigger itself. So then you only need 6 lands.
No, I caught it way before it was cheating. I catch it every time. Just have to think before I do things.
That's pretty good. Pretty good, solid stuff.
Yes, that's correct. That's exactly.
Now, I'm not in love with the naming of Temur Control. You're not really playing, you're playing Remand, but you're not playing, Counterspell. You're working your way to a combo finish, and that combo finish is Scapeshift, so let's just call it Temur Scapeshift, Goldfish. Alright, gonna Prismatic Ending the red and 6.
I'm not even using that card. Barely were using it. That's what you said?
Josh has a second red and 6, Expressive Iteration, Endurance, Teferi Time Raveler, Omnath, and a couple lands in hand. His hand's looking good. Alright, Matthew's going to cast a Growth Spiral. Allows him to draw a card and put a land into play. It's always interesting to me that, they play the basic island. I get it, because Blood Moon. But you have, decks like Indomitable Creativity that are like, I don't want any non-mountains to screw up my Dwarven Mine. And Scapeshift is like, nah, I'll just play an island, it's fine. We'll figure it out. I wonder if they also play a forest. Well, you can check the deck list in the description down below. Because hopefully I remember to grab them from Goldfish and put them in the description. Yeah, we are resolving a fetch land here.
Are we playing an Omnath here? No. What you doing? You see in one second.
Getting a...
You could just be doing.
Oh no, which triumph is that? Is that Zagoth or Ndatha? Zagoth would make the most sense, being it Sultai and blue-green are two of the most important colors. And I don't think Ndatha is that important to you.
On your upkeep.
As I say, Ndatha is white, black, green. That's almost definitely Zagoth Triumph. Yeah, that's Zagoth Triumph.
Just reminding you.
Maps is going to Growth Spiral again. There was a remand cast on that Omnath. Josh is going to draw off his bauble. Josh's deck has encroached into Mapson's play space. You love to see it.
Man, this is not ideal. Go.
Alright. Omnath coming back to the party. Getting remanded again. Mapson's remand count on camera, I think, is at 5? The other thing I don't like about the Traverse list is they don't play Cavern anymore. And I really like Cavern against some of these decks.
Unless I take your forward, or like some things I can't take.
While commentating, I'm gonna have a mental struggle or mental battle about figuring out what version of 4-color I want to play this weekend. I need to find my Leyline bindings. Ugh, I don't want to update this deck, folks. I am in pain. We have bolted the Ren at 6 down to 4. That way we don't have to worry about it ultimating the next turn.
I mean, it's because you had a Ren at 6 that I picked up later.
Going to discard the hand size, dropping another Ren 6 into the yard, helping his Delirium count get a little bit higher. I think we're at 3 with Sorcery, Artifact, Planeswalker. You can fetch at any point in time. In case Mapson's potentially on Titan Shift and he plays a 6/6. It does kind of make me a little sad that there's no Primeval Titans in this list. I understand why, but I love that card. It's a great card. If you've never cast our glorious 6/6 green creature, you're missing out.
On your upkeep, I'm going to ice whatever your best land is.
Right, we're going to ice down the Catcher Triumph, draw a card. Very slow and deliberate game. Not a lot going on here, but nothing wrong with that. They still have plenty of time. I will mention, at some point in this video, you'll see a cut. That is because the screen that I was recording on went black at one point. And I was like, oh, great. I guess I'm going to have to cut this and start again. So yeah, I don't know if the footage actually, disappeared or not. But we'll get there when we get there. I feel like it's about 17 minutes in. Alright, discarding a hand size. Discarding an Omnath. We are now delirious. This is definitely a deck that this is definitely a matchup where Emrakul, the Promised End, is just a rock star of a card because you can Valakut, you can just Scapeshift, Valakut kill, or have the Valakut player kill himself. I want to read Scapeshift. Do you have to get the same amount of lands that you sacrifice?
I know I say it a lot, but it's always true.
Yeah, you have to. Okay. It'd be interesting if you could Scapeshift, sack all their lands, and make them not get anything. It's not as good as, just doing the Valakut line, killing your opponent. But all right, there's another Growth Spiral. I think Growth Spiral number 3 coming down, along with I think Remand number 3. Am I just misremembering that?
Wait, he can get his wall. Oh, he was so close. He was so close.
All right, debating on what land we're putting into play here. Putting a Steam Vents tapped into play. Passes a turn. Josh will be going to 6 mana. Or Josh will go to 7 mana this turn, but I meant to say. There's an Omnath coming. We'll get remanded again.
I got one land off.
You haven't played a land yet? Not played a land yet. That's cheating. Not cheating. Cheating. Yeah, it happens this time.
The Angry Jellybean has come out to play. Gonna crack a fetch.
I'm gonna gain 4.
We should be getting all 3 effects of Omnath this turn. Gonna gain 4 life here.
God damn, now it's just no land. Gotta take his card out.
Make 4 mana.
Alright, playing another land for turn. Going to trigger.
No.
Omnath will make 4 mana here. I'm going to use red, blue, cast Expressive Iteration. I'm torn on Expressive Iteration in this deck. Out of baseline, the card is amazing, but I don't know. It's underperformed every time I've played it in Elementals. Going to exile Abundant Growth using the green floating mana. It's amazing when you already have Omnath in play, but I don't think he drew his card off the growth yet.
So I got a white floating. I agree. Did you actually draw the card off the growth? Don't think I did.
Somebody else has
There it is.
Man's got so many cards he just doesn't even feel the need to draw them.
Oh. I feel like every week I've made a random prediction for Dominaria Remastered. Mishra's Bauble is definitely getting printed as an old border in that set. Like, we're definitely just getting retro frame Mishra's Bauble. And it's going to be great. Alright, another abundant growth. So if you put that first abundant growth onto the island, he could put the second one onto the Scalding Tarn. And then, if he needs extra types in the graveyard, he could sacrifice the Scalding Tarn. That way he gets a land enchantment, reducing his Emrakul even further. He would just need instant.
I gotta take this one card out. This one card has been fucking me every single time.
Alright, it's going to cast. I'm assuming ice, yeah, tapping down the island. That's against the draw card. Fire and Ice is one of those cards that got printed in MH2 that I'm actually really happy with. It's not absurdly strong, but it's just a good card, you know? And it finds its home in a couple different decks. It's in Temur Scapeshift, it's in Rhinos. I think, yeah. Arguably any Temur deck, really. Alright, Mapson's also going to bolt Josh here. 1, 2, 3, 4 mountains in play. Josh will go to 14.
Right.
Mapson has to keep him below or at 18 life for the Scapeshift combo to work. Which can be different, or can be different. Can be difficult if Omnath's on the board. Omnath is quite good at gaining life.
I'm gonna go to discard. Oh, yep. I've tried to a bunch of times here. Somebody's not letting me.
I'm just a big jerk. What can I say?
Because apparently I just like to discard.
Josh once again discarding the hand size, dropping a Coatl into the yard.
No, I only kept that hand. I only kept this hand because of the fact that I had.
There's a Ren 6.
Red and 6.
Bro, that's nothing, bro.
Looks like Ren will resolve. Going to pick up a land.
I go. Bro, that's it. That's it. Bro, I'm risking my counter spell in my hand.
Please, Misty is land for turn.
I'm not playing it yet. Need to double check something.
Mapson is checking the Oracle text on a card real quick.
I'll just make sure no messages from the missus. 7 in hand. I very clearly know this. So.
There it is. All right. And there's the reset. Up. Went black again. Love that. And we have paused. This is about the time where I think I have to cut it and start anew. Luckily, no plays really happen in between now and then. I think Matthew just decides to cast Scapeshift.
Get your waist, man. Get your waist.
Hoorah.
Oh, that means if I play. Never mind. Look, he doesn't give a shit about I forget.
So we're gonna go get a bunch of lands, put them in play, deal some damage. Not enough probably to kill Josh. It would be reasonable, honestly, to just kill the Omnath and the Ren and 6.
1 and 1 or 2 and 2? 2 and 2.
Especially if like Maps's hand has another Scapeshift or Dryad plus lands.
As much as I wanted to try to kill you, if you just solituded your Omnath and cracked your fetch, I would have been big sad. I'm still medium sad, but
You got the cap. Get the bottom.
better than big.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude.
I wonder what he just drew there. It looked colorless. So maybe Emrakul.
Oh no, not that. I wish.
Which with Emrakul, I'm pretty sure he wins the game.
This is this. I can do this last.
Yeah, my deck
Again,
is
assuming
bad
Mapson has another Scapeshift in hand.
Especially at this point in the game, right? Well, I don't have a white over here, so I have to use one of these. Okay.
You know something?
White, red, green, blue. I'm not trigger.
Okay, 4 mana play Omnath. Draw a card. Picks up an Unholy Heat. Oh, I think it's a Solitude. I think that's the card in his hand. Gain 4 life, going up to 18.
I did some too. No, bro, she's a 1-3. Yeah, that was it. That's all I can do. I need like a wrist for this. I'll research it.
Going to fetch with the Flooded Drain.
He wasn't allowed to get through.
I literally forgot. I left it in there. So it says like
266. Say again. Oh, I'm gonna have to take it, bro. Oh.
Take 4 mana. White, blue, green.
Okay. Teferi Time Raveler coming out.
I mean, I had an answer. Not right now.
So red floating.
Alright, using the Floating Mana.
Hold on, I can't read that.
Or the last of the Floating Mana, I think. Yep. I'm going to Prismatic Ending.
I'm at 16. Oh, yeah. Cheat count. 2 or 3? 16. That's not true. I'll pass. Cards in hand? 5.
Alright, 7 mana for maps in here.
How much mana do you have access to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 non-fetch lands.
Yep.
So 8 mana
Has anybody seen the new 5-color Rhinos list?
plus a land.
It's pretty cool looking.
13 mana.
It is an 80 card Yorion deck. The sentence. That sentence. It's an 80 card Yorion deck. It plays Omnath, Solitude, and another Elemental Fury. I think it's 4 ofs. And then plays your typical Rhino stuff. It's really cool. I'm kind of a big fan of it. I don't know what it is, man. I'm just like super into the idea of this Rhinos deck. You have Leyline Binding, which phenomenal card. I don't think anybody's played it yet in the last 2 weeks of camera matches. Maybe next week we'll get one on camera. Hopefully the Rhinos deck. I think that deck is secretly better than people think it is. Something I would actually consider for the RCQ if I had Arden, please.
Play this card.
I don't feel like tracking them down.
Are you even counting right?
Alright, there's a Dryad of the Elysian Grove.
Oh, they're not letting
And we have 2, right?
Huh?
I always thought they were
Here's to play a second Dryad. Alright.
I thought they were legendary. I forget that they're not.
you know.
Okay, bro. 6, I guess.
Going to Unholy Heat one of them.
He was not thinking about Unholy Heat somehow.
What do you have on
There's beautiful Fiona Staples Dryad of the Elysian Groves. Alright, Josh is going to fetch her.
That's why I'm here.
Gonna go to 16, then go to 20 because of the Omnath effect.
Oh, no, I did it. You said just 1, bro.
Game 4.
Not a land. What? I see why
1 mana casting a Button Growth, enchanting that Temple Garden, drawing a card.
I know, bro.
Picked up a Rogran Triumph.
You gotta let him, boys. You gotta let
I wonder if you could still just get away without playing the Catcher Triumph. Probably not. Having 3 Triumphs in the deck feels a little iffy to me.
What's that?
I don't know what it is. I love the Triumphs. I think they're great lands. It just 3 feels like a lot. I don't know. I guess we will see.
What is the Rainbow Tap from?
You like trim a basic, I think, for it. Or for the new Triumph. You trim a basic forest. I don't know if that's where I'd want to be.
24, 23.
To be honest with you, I just don't.
You were 24. Yeah, that's the best pick.
I like having access to 2 forests.
Make 4 mana. Yep.
You don't want to get rid of bad stuff and put good stuff in your hand?
I'll go to. I'll take it the red, the white.
So we're buying Yorion. The second Dryad was answered. I think it was just returned to the hand.
Bro, I like how I remember the treasure, because like, that's the main point of my Ballsy deck. I forgot all about the damage, bro. This landed like Terrible Lives the whole time, bro.
Josh, still just missing the, not having the way to kill Mapson. Could he attack? Was the Omnath in play last turn? Or is this a new Omnath? Or did he play it last turn or the turn before? I don't know, because did he attack with it?
Casting Orion.
Hmm.
Maybe. Yeah. No, I'm gonna.
You're tapping mana.
Draw a card.
Drawing cards.
Go to combat. Attack for 4. Yep.
Attacking for 4. Playing Yorion.
Target. These. Does this resolve? I mean,
Josh is going to draw 4 cards here.
This will come here. This will go here. So I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that means I'm probably dead. 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't have anything to put my
Discard.
commander out there, bro. Dude, I literally am like not getting anything.
4, 5, 6.
I could have done something.
7.
Nah, it's not worth it.
Oh, that's upsetting. You blinked a fairy, right? I did blink a fairy. A 4. Thank you. Okay, well. Yeah, it went from 2 to 3 somehow.
Lots of moving parts here. Did Josh discard the hand size yet? He did. Okay. Mapson's doing the combo player, or as people affectionately referred to it as the last event I went to, the Yu-Gi-Oh player point. Not that Mapson's ever played Yu-Gi-Oh to my knowledge, but if you've ever played Yu-Gi-Oh or if you've seen Yu-Gi-Oh players at your shop, they do the finger point a lot when they're doing they're like tapping their mat to figure out like combo lines or I don't know. I sometimes catch myself doing it. I'm like, wait, why am I? No, I don't do that anymore. Alright, so Dryad's coming down here. Matson played a fetch, which will trigger Valakut. Josh is going to Solitude in response. But I don't think it matters. I think Josh is just dead. Matson counting how many mountains are left in his deck.
Yep, that happens. Ability results.
Wait, were you gonna respond?
What?
No.
Oh, you still have the forest, the mountains.
Yeah, I still have the mountains. Oh. There's that.
Alright.
Scapeshift.
Valakut did some damage. Scapeshift is going to happen. We're going to sacrifice some lands. And sacking 5 lands, getting 4 mountains, it looks like. Going to be doing 6 damage per mountain here. So, doing a total of 24 damage here to Josh. Mapson will be taking game 1 with Temur Scapeshift over 4 color elementals, and we'll be back in just a second for game 2.
Taking a shock off the
Don't turn the dial.
The turn I cast the first Scapeshift, did you have the Solitude there?
not with pitch card.
Oh damn! Wait, you need that card, bro?
Match for camera.
So, welcome back to game 2. After a sip of coffee and some reflection, I'm pretty sure it's don't change the dial, don't turn the dial. You can tell that I'm in my 20s. I did, however, forget my actual age the other day while talking to a customer. They'd asked me how old I was, and I told them I was 25. I'm 24. So go me. We're thriving out here. So we have Josh on the play. He's fetching out a breeding pool, which means he's going to abundant growth. Fetched it with a really pretty onslaught.
Well, not on purpose.
Flood stream.
Watch his pitches.
I wonder if his
I've been doing it. I've
enemy
been catching
fetches in
it.
the deck are
Only done it
also
once this time, but I
retro
caught it
framed.
myself.
I haven't really paid enough attention
Last
to
time
it.
you too. Wait, nope, can't do that.
Alright, Matt's just gonna Misty Reinforce. I imagine he's gonna fetch a Catcher of Triumph during Josh's turn. Josh has Leyline Binding to Fairy, Magus of the Moon, some other jazz. There's that Catcher of Triumph, untapping and drawing. Going to play Shockland and pass the turn.
Usually not that bad. However, my eyes not so great.
What kind of like,
No.
so that like anchor measurement goes for you?
Bro, that's what I can't knock
No, I just mean clicking the.
Alright, we have Shocked into Steam Vents.
reanimate. Not reanimate.
The actual software.
Be using the free
Because
version.
like I said, I kind of threw everything to the server.
Josh is getting a Zigoff Triumph again. I don't know if I own one of those. Do I have to buy a Triumph? Ugh. I guess there's like worse things that I've had to buy to be able to actually play my Magic decks. Luckily, I have my binder right here. But yo, I'm beat. I don't have one. Ah. My Magic collection sucks. Alright, here's a Teferi Time Reveille. Curse Spiraling in response. Then Spell Piercing it. Ooh. Baby the plays. Look at Modern's best or closest thing to Daze right there. Which I know Someone's gonna tell me that it's not Days. I know it's not Days. I don't want Days in Modern. I don't want Days in Legacy, and I play Delver. But I feel like it's the closest thing that we got.
I thought that's That's what I got.
Playing on a run in 6. Picks up a land. Passes the turn.
Yeah, swing at me, bro. I'll take the commander damage. That's pretty fair.
Oh, maybe I lied. Fetching.
Pass to you. I'm gonna ice.
We are doing the modern thing. We are fetching lands. So they do play a basic forest. Hell yeah. There's that Leyline Binding card coming down here.
Cost in fact have flash.
It's going to cost him 2 mana. This he has 4 out of the 5 types for the domain's effect. There we go.
Are you gonna use that, bro?
Draw for turn. Yep.
Put a growth, drawing a card. Expressive iteration.
Just follow that.
You gotta say it, bro. New deck, my bad. I have all the pieces.
There you go. I don't know how I'm gonna win this game, especially not in time. So
You missed something. He should have had more.
Right, there's Magazine to slam down.
it won't hurt. Well, go ahead. You got fire.
Six.
Nice.
You sacked the treasure.
Yeah, I poured it out my
Sacked
bolts.
2 turns, and then you sacked your thing. Wait, how much damage is that then?
Now,
Very close to that.
while this does make everything into mountains, this does not allow Valak. It removes the game text from Valak of the Molten Pinnacle,
No, because
which Josh does end up. My fridge is making some weird fucking noises. I did not like that. I've been having so many issues with this fridge, and it's brand new.
that changes a lot.
Being an adult, living on your own sucks. Don't do it.
Okay, come on, fire and ice off the top.
Alright, so we did fetch in response. Okay.
Do I? I played you dinner. That's true. You also played Magus Moon against
That's
you.
true,
You know how I feel about people doing that.
Alright, pick up a fetch land. Play it as a mountain.
He likes his land.
Going to cast Explore here. To draw a card, put another land into play. Plays a mountain. Alright, 3 mana. Or 2 mana, expressive iteration. Going to spell pierce it.
I'll attack you. Me?
Attacks in for some damage. Like 2.
Pass.
Right, here comes the Dryad. And Josh is going to scoop it up.
I'm not dead. No.
Not knowing that
Valka has no attack.
the
I've had enough.
he's tired. He couldn't think of the interaction between Valakut and Magus of the Moon. Valakut does not have game text, therefore you can't do the Valakut thing. It's just a basic mountain, or just a mountain. But Josh scoops it up still. Looking at his hand, he probably just thought he couldn't beat the deck anyways. So yeah, Maps is going to take it 2-0 with Temur Scapeshift. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.